Hey guys, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Paige.
And this is the Pretty Please podcast.
Welcome back to the Pretty Please podcast. Today we have a special guest on. This is Chloe. Chloe is an esthetician. She does hair and makeup, all the things beauty and skin, I guess you would say. So we're going to chit chat with her and learn a little bit more about that.
Yay!
So, I'm so excited to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I don't even know where to
Just
start.
tell us a little bit about yourself
Tell us
first.
a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of dive a little bit deeper into business and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, me and my husband, we live here in Gallatin, and I am a new mom. I'm a wife, and then also I'm a licensed esthetician, and then I also do bridal makeup on the side as well. And so I've been in the aesthetic industry for about 2.5 years or so. So I've loved every minute of it so far. It's been really great. And then also bridal makeup's been super fun as well. And then of course being a new mama, my son is 6 months old, so
he's the cutest little chunkiest
Chunky.
ever.
He has rolls. Do you have to lift up each little roll to clean under him?
He is a little chunk. He really is. He's got
so
the chunkiest little rolls, and me and Luke were both chunky babies, so I'm sure I'll just have all chunky babies.
My mom today was like, she was like, as soon as she saw the pictures you posted, she was like, he looks just like Chloe. And I was like, you think? And she was like, yes. And
We get mixed things. Everyone says he's Luke's little twin, but then I'll pull up pictures of me when I was a baby, and then it's like, oh my gosh, he looks just like you. So I feel like he's a good little mix.
Yeah,
yes. So, but yeah, so a new mama, it's been the best ever. Has its trials, being a new mama, but overall, it's amazing.
Wait till he starts walking and running.
Has he started crawling yet?
Not yet. So he's 6 months. So he's sitting up on his own and, rolling like crazy, but not crawling just yet. I think he's trying to for sure.
But soon it flies.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back.
Go way back.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's go back to, tell us a little bit about your pageant days.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were in pageants.
Yes, I want to dive on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did the Miss America organization when I was in my teen years, and I did that for since I was in 8th grade all the way up to I was a senior in high school, because I did also Fairs at the Fair, which is like your local fair pageant here in Tennessee. But those days, they were honestly amazing, because I feel like they really formed me into the person I am today. Because I did community service. I got to create my own platform called This Little Light of Mine. So, and then I also got to sing on stage as well for my talent, because with the Miss America organization, you obviously have your talent that you do, you have your onstage question, you have your interview process that you do. And the first thing you have to do is you compete in your local pageant. So I competed, my first pageant I did, I think Miss Music City, and it was at Hendersonville High School.
Okay. Really? I didn't know they had
the Taylor Swift Auditorium,
Okay.
Because Taylor Swift went there.
Yeah.
So I was in 8th grade. It was my very first pageant, and I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. I did my own hair. I curled my own hair, and it was like the wand hair,
Yes.
So it just looked a hot mess. And then my mom did my makeup, because she was a makeup artist. And then my interview, that was something too. They asked me on stage, so what do you think about kids having social media? And I say, I think, there's really great possibilities with social media, and all the things. And so, but I was like, kids these days could do bad things.
Oh, God.
And I said, kids these days.
Kids these days.
These days. And I'm like, I'm a kid.
You're like, well, that's me.
But that was, anyways. So that was my first pageant. And then I also did Miss Sumner County first, I think, or maybe it was Miss Gallatin. And I won that local title. And then I went to state, and I got top 15, I believe, or top 20. And then my third year I did it, I got Miss Gallatin. And then, or it was Miss Sumner County, I can't remember. But I competed in my state pageant and I got first runner-up.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got first runner-up at Miss Tennessee's Outstanding Teen. So I was almost close to going to Miss America's Outstanding Teen.
Oh,
but,
wow.
you know, that just wasn't in the cards for me, and that was okay. But yeah, I did my talent, which was singing.
I didn't know you can sing.
I did choir in high school. I did musicals.
Yeah.
And I did like a local musical theater company. And so I love to sing, but now I feel like I only sing to Hudson and in the shower. But, you know, and then you also went through the interview process. And at first it was nerve-wracking, and then I got to, you know, and then I grew to really love it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it
good.
was,
Is that what got you into like liking beauty and stuff?
absolutely. So, you know, when you're in pageantry, you're around a lot of makeup. And so I just grew to love makeup itself. And my mom being a makeup artist and her being, she did Mary Kay Cosmetics for 20 years. And actually, when I was born, she brought me home in a pink Cadillac.
Oh my gosh.
Which is funny.
I knew that. I
So-
forgot about it, but I knew that. And I was like, that is the most Chloe thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yes. Yeah. She brought me home in a pink Cadillac. So, you know, and she always taught other people the importance of skincare and just making women feel beautiful about themselves. And I think that part I really loved about it, you know, making other people feel beautiful in their own skin, and taking care of their skin, because it is the largest organ on your body, which I know we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of what brought me into the makeup world, is, you know, watching my mom. And then I did it in high school a little bit for my friends for prom and all the things. But I really, it's really fun, especially weddings. Weddings can be a little hectic sometimes, but it's so fun. I love wedding days for brides, doing brides makeup and bridal makeup, and doing all the bridesmaids is really fun too.
What's your biggest wedding that you've done?
Oh gosh. Well, I just quoted someone, and they signed their contract for 12 girls this year.
That's a lot.
Now, will you do that by yourself, or will you have somebody that helps
somebody with me. My best friend Caitlin, she does hair. She does the hair part, so we kind of work together a little bit. Yeah, 12 girls.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of girls.
But honestly, I love it because it kind of just like you get through them left and right.
Yeah.
You know, I try to do like 45 minutes with each girl, and then I like to spend like an hour and 15 to an hour and a half with the bride.
Yeah.
Because I want her to, like, you know, obviously steal the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yes.
How many do you do a year on average?
So for bridal makeup, it just kind of depends. I would say the busiest time of year for me is springtime.
Oh, really?
Spring is very busy.
Yeah.
Summers and fall is busy as well.
Fall. I always tell for like baking, it's really like middle of April to like middle of June-ish.
Yeah.
And then it picks back up August
Yes.
through October. It's like
Yeah.
insane.
Springtime is busy. Like this time of year is busy for me, and then also fall is really busy too.
Do you also do like prom and stuff as well?
Yes, I do prom as well. Not as many. When I was in high school, I did lots of prom, you know, because I was friends with them. But I more so do like bridal makeup, but some prom, a little bit of that. But yeah.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about, so when you graduated from high school.
Yes, which was 2020. That was the COVID year.
Yes.
That year was weird. But then the summer of July, I walk into Bates Boutique. And
Anybody who walks into Bates Boutique gets a job.
This is a funny story, actually.
And I walk in there and I'm like, hey, are you hiring? And of course, like, I wanted to look my best, especially like if you want to work somewhere, you want to be able to dress nice and look nice. So I always told my mom, I was like, I want to work at Bates Boutique.
How did you find out about Bates Boutique first off?
Well, I followed y'all on Instagram.
Okay.
And I loved your style. And I saw you had a pretty big following as well, I think. And I was like, I want to work work there.
Okay.
So, and I've always wanted to work at a boutique. I just didn't, in high school, I had all of other things going on.
Right.
But I was like, this is the perfect time. I'm doing college online. I wanted to obviously work somewhere part-time because I nannied a little bit. But I knew I was like, I want to work at Bates. So I walked in there and I met Lauren. And I was like, I feel like this girl could be my sister.
Yeah.
And then we talked for a little bit. And then I think maybe you said, oh, well, I'll let you know or something.
Yeah, I mean, I
can't
kinda
remember
a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
I do remember I was sitting there right when you walk in behind the counter, and the cutest little Barbie looking thing came in and was like, "Are you hiring?" And in my mind, I was like, well, I'm really not. But I was like, yeah, we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think we are. And
Oh.
I don't know what happened from there, but
Yes.
sure enough,
I
a couple
know.
days later, I think I called you and was like,
Yes, I know.
Come on,
I remember.
girl.
Oh my gosh, I do remember this. You messaged me on Instagram and you were like, "Hey, I would love to get your number so we can connect or something." And I was sitting on Luke Skirmo's front porch and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she messaged me back. She's interested."
Oh
and
my
I was
gosh,
so
that is so
excited.
funny.
So that was such an amazing experience too, working for you, Lauren.
How long did you work for me?
I worked
I should know this.
2.5.
I was going to say, it was a couple years.
So.
Yeah.
So it was such an amazing
And I'm
thing
still
for
trying
me.
to get her to come back to this.
you're the one
day.
that pushed her to go follow her dreams.
Well, that's just who I am.
Yes.
I was like, you don't want to work at Bates Boutique for the rest of your life. Like,
Yeah.
you want to go.
In my head, I was like, I really do, but
No, but I was like, you need to go do your thing,
Yes.
girl. You have so much potential and you need to go.
You're so sweet, Lauren. Yeah, you've always inspired me.
Aw.
You are still one of my inspirations.
Oh,
so.
you're so sweet. Well, you were an amazing worker and I miss you
Aw.
dearly. You can come back at any time.
Lauren's like, tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
You're hired. But yes, it was a good run.
Yes, that was.
It's so
that was
funny
fun.
because
Well, you
when-
came back a little bit whenever she was
you were on
pregnant.
maternity leave.
Yeah.
huge help while I
Yes,
was pregnant and had Liam.
I worked the Saturdays.
Yes.
And then did a little bit of the lives in the beginning when y'all first started.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun. So,
Okay.
and then I was there that Saturday with the tornado.
Oh my
remember?
gosh.
Girl, I just went
we
through it.
replayed that whole situation
my
a couple
goodness.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well,
It was scary.
I don't know if I told you, but I was debating if I should stay at the store.
I was doing the same thing.
or if I should go home.
Yep.
And I could see the black clouds. It was nothing like I've ever seen before.
Oh, that's how
she
to the
texted
store.
me, and I was like,
And I was
you
like-
either need to leave right this second, or you need to get in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And she was
And I did not really want to get in that bathtub.
I didn't either. Well, it was like that road is Tornado Alley. And I was like, I'm not doing this I am not here by myself and I'm not doing this alone.
That's when I had my 2002 Honda Civic that I bought when I was 16 and a half years old. And I was like, I'm going to get in this little go-kart, and I'm just going to race home. And so I did. I ran out of the store, got into my little go-kart. Honestly, I've never been so nervous in my life.
That's what I
because
literally
my car
said.
was shaking on the highway, and I look back and
You could see could you
literally-
see the funnel?
Yes.
Yes, that's how I was on
like,
this road.
Jesus, just take me home, please.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take
I'm
the
glad
wheel.
you both are still here.
I know.
Well,
It
I
was
had the
crazy.
smart idea when I was driving here. I could see the funnel behind me, and I was like, "Oh no, there's a package on the front porch. It's gonna go away." So I
I
stopped.
could see the package.
Oh,
I stopped, and Dustin was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "There's a package." He goes, "Who cares?"
"Oh my goodness."
I was like, you're nuts. I was like, you need to get your butt home. But
There was a
Oh
package.
my gosh.
she didn't
Yeah.
want the package to blow away.
Yeah,
But
that was scary.
glad you
But
guys are
I
both
got it.
safe.
I know. I made it home okay, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Do you remember that time when my Honda Civic made it up your
Oh yes, I thought I was.
And made it up her driveway.
Yes, I thought I was.
No,
gonna
it
buy
did
clothes
not.
for
This
a
was
new car.
after Lauren's bachelorette little night thing we did in Nashville.
Yes.
We were coming to Lauren's house from Tamra's, and I was like, I'm just gonna make it up your driveway. We're just like, there's no second guessing.
Hold on,
because I was
pause.
approaching-
Lauren's driveway is literally this. It is
It is.
not
It's
this.
like this.
It is
Gravel
this.
and steep.
Yes. So there was no second guessing because you have to get your momentum.
Oh, you
going
do.
up that hill. So I was like, Lauren, just hold on, we're going. So I like go on my
She
pedal.
had her foot all the way down.
All the way down, and all you see are these two little blondes in this Honda Civic, like going like this, boom, 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 boom.
I legit thought I was going to buy her a new car.
We finally made it up. I was like,
I don't know how
all
you
four
made it
wheels
up.
are still on the car.
Yeah,
I do not know how you made it up. Because I struggle
Yeah.
in my Atlas.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
It
a
was-
miracle. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. The Lord was also watching over us there.
I'll never forget that. We've had some good times. That's
Yes.
for sure.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes, it was hilarious.
Did Austin have a camera up there just so we can see some footage?
No,
I wish.
no, we didn't. Yeah, that would be
Wish.
good footage.
Do you know that Luke still drives that car to work every day?
Are you serious? I thought
It's
you
a-
sold it.
No,
You
he
also love it.
he drives a truck, and
Yeah.
trucks to fill up, it's expensive,
yeah.
and he works 45 minutes away from home, and so he drives that little car to work.
Oh my gosh, I love
it
it.
takes like $15 of gas a week.
That's
Hey.
More
awesome.
like 30, but
Yeah, that's awesome.
I
Hey,
know.
It's still trucking along?
That's
Yeah.
right. I can't believe it.
I know I think it's had some maintenance issues these past couple weeks, so I think she's done with.
She's about
You got your
know,
use
she's-
out of her.
yeah,
you did.
yes.
It's funny. I still picture you in that little thing. It's hard to imagine you not driving that.
Little Princess Peach.
Princess
with your
That's what
initials
Luke would
on
call
the
it.
back.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, well, Luke made it a guy car because
took it off?
Yeah, he has a Bass license plate on it, and then he also has it's just it's a man
Yeah.
car now.
Oh my gosh, how funny. Tell us how your transition from Bates to esthetician.
What
Kinda
made you
talk a
decide,
little
like,
bit.
Yes.
okay, do you want to
Yeah.
go to esthetician school? Like,
Yeah, so I was working at Bates, and then I was getting my associate's degree at Ball State. They offered the 2 free years
Yep.
with the Tennessee Promise. So I wanted to take advantage of that, and so that was a really weird time for me because also I had really bad hormonal acne, and I got off hormonal birth control, and my skin was the worst it's ever been. I don't know if you remember my skin the way it was, but I actually had cystic hormonal acne. Like, it was so painful. It was all over my face.
Really?
And so I went through a little acne journey, and I actually found an esthetician in Cool Springs that helped me get my skin cleared up. She put me on products. She really helped me with my skin. And so I just grew to love that aspect of it. And I was like, I want to be able to help other women with their skin issues. And so I will have to show y'all a picture, but it was terrible. And that was just a really dark time for me because obviously, you want your skin to look
well, yeah, that's what people are looking at is
Especially
your
you're in front of-
face.
I'm in front of the camera modeling.
Absolutely.
And so it was really hard. I would just cake on a bunch of makeup trying to, hide it. And so I would just go home and I would take my makeup off and I would just cry because I was like, my skin is just so bad. And so finally, when I finally got my skin cleared up with this skincare line, it was medical grade. And I was like, I want to be able to help other people, because I don't want anyone to feel this way. I want them to know that I'm with them every step of the way.
Right.
And so through that journey, I grew to love the industry, and I was like, I want to do this. So I went to esthetician school. It's only 6 months. You have to complete 750 hours. And full time that's full time. So that's every day.
That's a
I
Wow.
think. Yeah, that's
That's a lot.
I think it
in
was
a
5
short
days a
amount.
week. And so it was funny because when I told Lauren that I was interested in doing esthetician school, I was like, but it's Monday through Friday, so I won't be able, I'll only be able to work on the weekends. So, it is a lot. And a lot of people, if you're older and have kids, they also offer a nighttime
Really?
schooling as
Okay.
well, or you could do it part-time. But obviously it takes a little bit longer to
Right.
do it part-time. But I was like, I just want to get it over with, do the 6 months. And while I was in esthetician school, I decided to interview at a couple med spas, And so the med school that I work at now, I interviewed there. And while I was in school, because I kind of wanted an idea where I wanted to work.
Right.
I wanted to have something lined up. So when I was done, I already had a job in place. And so I interviewed there and they were interested. And then that's where I work now. So being able to help other people in their, skin issues through my journey. And then, so I love educating people on the importance of taking care of their skin. It is the largest organ on your body. And, I love to preach about consistency as well, because an at-home skincare regimen is super important. Because you're doing that morning and night. It's like going to the dentist. If you go to the dentist, you go to the dentist twice a year. But what makes the biggest difference is brushing your teeth morning and night.
Right.
It's just the same thing with your skincare regimen. That makes the biggest difference in your skin is doing your regimen morning and night and being consistent. And, whatever your goal is, whether it's fine lines and wrinkles, smoothing those out, or acne, or, clearing up your acne, 80% of getting to that goal is an at-home skincare regimen, and 20% of that is pairing it with in-office treatments. So, what skincare regimen do you ladies have?
Oh goodness,
Lauren's is makeup wipes.
I actually ran out last night, so I have some being delivered today.
Oh,
and
Chloe's gonna throw them away.
Mad at me. I was literally thinking about you. I was like, Chloe's gonna get on to me. I know, I'm the worst. I really am.
But you know how many people come into my chair and I ask, what do you wash your face with? I use the makeup wipe.
No.
Or I use Cetaphil.
That's what I use, is Cetaphil.
And that's fine. But there's better options.
Oh, yeah.
There's better options.
I have started using some medical grade stuff. I'm just not consistent with it like I should be.
Right.
I think my problem is like if I don't see like instant results, then I get discouraged.
Yeah.
That's the thing is a lot of people want instant results, but it's like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym once and think, oh, I'm going to get a 6-pack after this, workout. And I always remind my clients, I'm like, keep doing it because it takes at least 3 months to see something and see a result. Like I said, consistency is key, doing it every day. And I've seen some amazing results with my clients, and before and after pictures are huge too, because if I take a picture of their skin before and then I show them after like that 3 months, they're like, oh my gosh, they didn't realize
how much it actually helped
every single day. So before and after pictures are huge. And honestly, like I look at my pictures of when I had my really bad, flare up and my acne during that time, and I'm like, I cannot believe my skin looked like that. So you just gotta keep trucking and keep
Do you think it helped you whenever you did get pregnant? Because I know a lot of women, when they get pregnant, their hormones act up and it causes acne. That's how I knew my friend Mackenzie was pregnant both times, because she never had acne and then all of a sudden she got it.
And that's another thing is like hormones. A lot of the times, what's happening internally can also affect what's happening, on the outside. So I always recommend, obviously, if someone's pregnant, it's because the hormones, that kind of triggers the flare-ups. When I was pregnant, I had a couple flare-ups, but I felt like my skin was glowing,
Yeah, right.
But if someone comes in and they're like, they're doing all the things, I'm like, okay, because we have a hormone specialist. I'm like, let's do some blood work, get in with her and see what the main problem is, because it could be something internally.
Okay.
So that is something else, to keep in mind, that if you are doing all the things and you have a skincare regimen, and it also isn't a one size fits all,
Right.
What skincare regimen Paige might be on that I would put her on isn't going to work for you.
Yeah.
It might not, it might, but it might not.
Yeah.
So it's not a one size fits all, and it's kind of trial and error as well.
Yeah.
If I put someone on a skincare regimen, it will work, but you have to stay consistent. But I mean, there's sometimes when it's like, okay, let's take this serum out and see if that's, let's try this instead. That usually will be the problem too, is, let's just finagle a couple things.
Well, I feel like too, if somebody's used to using a makeup wipe or Cetaphil, whatever it is, that's what your skin's used to.
Right, and your barrier is
you've got to trial and error, just like anything else.
Absolutely. And that's another thing is, if you aren't used to all those medical grade products, you're your skin is disrupted, like your barrier is disruptive. So we need to strengthen it and get it strengthened. And then, usually that's the main problem is, your barrier is disruptive and we need to repair it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
what would you say your number one, you do a lot of facials. What is your number one facials? If somebody's never had a facial in their life, this is what they should try and start out with first.
So I always recommend a skin consult first. That way, we can kind of figure out what are your goals. If let's say someone's like, okay, this is my goal, and they have a goal, number one, I'm like, okay, let's get you on a skincare regimen first, because like I said, that's 80% of your goal. Getting to your goal is an at-home skincare regimen. But I love just to recommend one of our basic facials, just so I can see their skin, touch their skin, see what's going on, and they also get to relax a little bit as well, and then go from there. I love microneedling. That's actually one of my favorite services.
Really?
I've never had that.
It's not a relaxing facial. It's more so...
Does it hurt?
So we actually use a numbing agent to numb the skin. And so what microneedling is we put little micro injuries in the skin, micro channels, and that helps to produce collagen, helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with a little bit of discoloration, acne scarring. It's really great for scarring. And so I've also seen really great results with microneedling. It's very results driven. I recommend a series of 3 treatments, doing it once a month for 3 months straight. And then your skin will continue to produce collagen even past 6 months through that process. So it takes up to 6 months to really see the full benefit.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I love microneedling. And then also I love hydrofacials are really great too. If you just want an instant glow, it cleans out the pores. That one's really great too.
Just gets in there a little bit deeper,
than
just a regular.
We use a device essentially to decongest everything, to clean your skin really good, and then we put those serums back in, which have a lot of glowing benefits and collagen producing benefits as well.
Gotcha. Do you feel like your days are same thing over and over, or it's totally mixed
totally
up?
Different, yeah. So I offer a variety of services. So I do a little bit of eyebrow waxing, eyelash lifts and tints.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I have a variety of services: microneedling, hydrofacials, regular facials. I also do something called old therapy, which is we use ultrasound technology to help tighten the skin. So every day is different. It really is. And some days are back to back to back, extremely busy. There's some days when there's a little bit of a gap, and I also do a little bit of social media stuff for the place that I work at. So there's always something for me to do. But yeah, every day is different. So
yeah. How have you found that it's been tough to get back in since you've had little man and getting a good routine and all that?
So yeah, so motherhood it's so rewarding and it's amazing, but it's hard. It's hard trying to find that balance of motherhood and then also being a working mom and still being yourself. I feel like you kind of lose your identity a little bit when you're a mom. So I would say the transition, going back to work, honestly, I was ready to kind of have that time to myself and have some time away, because as much as I love being with Hudson every day, all day, it's kind of nice to have that time away.
Yeah.
And I would always recommend to a new mom, if there isn't already something that you're doing to where you can have time to yourself, whether it's your career or, whatever, make time for yourself, because I feel like that's really important.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. I mean, I'm not a mom, but I agree. I've seen so many of my friends grow up to be a mom, and that's what, yes, the focus is on your baby, but I also try to focus on them and be let's go to lunch or go, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, and just
take time to yourself.
For sure.
It's so important. And I feel like it does make you a better mom.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, there's days when I'm like, okay, I just need time to myself. Like, there was one day after work, and I hadn't gotten, like, anything for myself done. I just texted my mother-in-law. I was like, hey, is it okay if I just go get a massage? Yeah. Like, it was so out of the blue, but I was like, I think I just really need that.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's good for your mental health.
Oh, yeah.
And all the things. Because also, motherhood is rewarding, but also, like I said, you kind of lose your identity a little bit. And, it's just different.
It is. Your whole life
changes.
For the better.
For the better.
Well, it's also like I told I don't remember who I told this. I was like, if you don't make sure that you're focusing on yourself, how can you expect to give your child 100%?
Absolutely.
Like, you've got to take time for yourself and remember who you are, or you're not going to be able to give your kids 110% that you need to give them.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, you definitely have those days where it's like,
oh my gosh,
I don't know if I can do this. I mean, you have those days where you're just like at your wit's end, and you're like, I just need to step
Hudson
away.
has little 2 teeth on the bottom, and when he was teething, I was like, oh my
it's
gosh,
tough. It is.
But you get through it, and then it's so funny because it's like at the end of the day, when he goes to bed, I'm like, did I do enough for him?
Yeah.
You know, did I do enough? But you did, you know, and that's the thing is you feel like you didn't do enough, but you really did.
Yeah.
And I think it's just all in here and you just overthink.
Oh,
but then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's in bed. I kind of miss him.
I know.
Like,
you just stare at the monitor.
I know. You look at pictures, and I look at pictures of him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss him, but he's sleeping. But this is time to myself.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, for moms, you need to realize, like, if somebody's, and I don't know why I say this because I'm not one, but I'm like, if somebody offers to watch the baby for just an hour, don't feel guilty. Like, they are offering. You're not a burden to them.
Right.
For, like, take it.
And
go for an hour and then come back.
That's where I've also had trouble too, is like accepting the help.
Yeah.
And it really does take a village, but some days I'm like, it's hard to ask for help. You know, obviously when you're working, you know, you need the help, but it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like,
when you're not working, that's kind of how I mean, I'm definitely that way. Like, when I'm working, it's one thing, but like when I'm not, I feel guilty.
Exactly. Yes.
And I got to rush what I'm doing to get back to him.
Yes.
So it's,
absolutely. Because it's not like you can just drop everything and go.
No.
You know, you take that for granted.
Yeah. You do. I mean, just going out to eat.
Oh,
you know,
gosh.
it's just like, you
We
just.
did that a couple times, and it was the last time.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, us too.
But especially since I'm still, nursing. So
that's
another
that
thing.
is. That's a whole job within itself.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed nursing? I hear 50-50.
Honestly, I
rewarding.
really, it is rewarding. And I know, like, I'm doing this for him, and luckily I'm able to nurse. And, I know some people have trouble producing enough. In the beginning, he actually had a tongue tie, and so we had it released. So that was a game changer. So I always recommend, if you are a new mom and, if it isn't going well, ask, a lactation specialist, because that's what I did. And it was extremely helpful. And and a lot of times, insurance will cover it. And my lactation specialist was a godsend. She really was. She, walked me through the process of, being able to, overcome the obstacles, and recommended to get the tongue tie. And my mother-in-law is also in the dental industry world, and so she recommended it as well.
Okay.
So that's always something, is check for tongue ties and get a lactation specialist if that is something that you're interested in, or if you want to nurse.
Right.
Because it is very rewarding, and I love it. It's a great bonding time with you and your baby, and it is a lot easier than having to wash the bottles and sterilize and
I don't miss
all
that.
the things. So that is the nice part, because, I mean, I don't know how full-time pumping moms do it. I'm like,
that's what I
pumping
was
moms
doing.
are...
That's what you did, isn't it?
Yeah. I went pretty much straight to pumping, and I did it for 4 months. And when I got to the point where I just couldn't keep up, but it was so much work. I ended up getting the what is it called? It's a bottle washer. I can't remember what brand it is, but it was like $400.
The baby Brezza.
Yes. I was like, I would have spent $800 on that thing. Yeah. It is literally a lifesaver. You literally just put your, it's like a little mini.
I need to get one.
Yeah, I've seen it. Are they on the counter?
Because I sterilize with boiling water.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I do the whole
So it does all of it. It washes it, then sterilizes it, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. But
that's awesome.
It was a game changer for me.
So you can't just throw them in the dishwasher?
No.
I mean, you can if you have a sterilizer or something in your dishwasher. It just doesn't, I don't know.
It just doesn't get it.
I'm skeptical about the dishwasher.
Clean. Yeah, I don't know. I never put mine in the dishwasher.
I put everything in the Dustin's like, why? We can hand wash. I'm like, no.
I do the same thing.
Are you the type of people that wash your dishes and then put them in
I mean, I wash them off, but I don't.
But I don't like wash.
I don't wash them.
Or like rinse them.
Yeah.
Luke will literally put a dirty plate in the dishwasher.
Oh no. I'll clean them off.
Rinse that off.
But I'm not one who washes it to then put it in the dishwasher to wash it again.
Though, how many people put just dirty dishes in the dishwasher?
No, I at least gotta get the food off.
But now I know whenever I do get pregnant, add the baby sterilizer because I am not washing all those bottles.
No,
well,
and
that's
don't
Dustin's job. Dustin's gonna be cleaning all the bottles.
He sure is.
Yes, he is.
He sure is.
Ready, Dustin.
Not anytime soon. So I saw talking back about beauty. I saw you give Hudson a little facial.
That's the cutest thing ever.
Oh my gosh. I know. I need to do another one with him being a little bit older. But
how did you get him to sit still?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
Not bad.
I think it was just luck. Because he's a wiggle worm and he's so nosy. Honestly, I don't know. I had one of the other estheticians they're holding a little baby toy. Aww. So that's probably what got his attention. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, you do. You got to do a part 2.
I know, a part 2 when he's a little bit older. I posted it on TikTok.
I know.
And it got 400,000 views.
So cute.
I was like, dang.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It was so cute.
That is funny. I did not know that.
I know. It was crazy. I was
famous.
like, dang.
Little famous chunky
I need to come see you so bad.
Yes, you do.
Come see me.
So bad.
You need to make time for yourself.
Yeah.
Wednesdays are hard.
Yeah. Wednesdays are our one day. Well, and Mondays if we're not doing the podcast.
She doesn't work Mondays.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And I'm not going to have her come in on her day off.
Can
no.
I can't.
No. That's
no, ma'am.
I know. I heard the other podcast and y'all preaching about, don't
saying no.
Saying no.
It's
and I was
hard.
I need to get better at that.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I feel now that I have a child, I feel like I've gotten better at saying no for sure.
Well, I think part of my problem is I don't like appointments smack dab in the middle of my day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't do anything in the morning, then I can't do anything in the evening, or if something is going to happen, it always happens smack dab in the middle of my day, and I'm afraid I can't relax if I do it in the middle of my day.
Right.
It either has to be in the morning or it has to be later in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Santa's coming. What I'll do is I'll book a 9 a.m. Friday and be like, Lauren, I'm going to be 30 minutes late.
There you go. You could do that too.
Yeah.
I'm getting my hair done Thursday morning.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Are you doing a blowout every week now?
Yeah, I've just decided, you know what? I'm never going to wash my own hair again.
Good for you.
Wait, you just wash it once?
So
she gets it done
the
once
last 2 weeks. Good. I've just went and got it blown out, and I don't have to touch it.
That's
for the
great.
Week.
Honestly, I don't wash my hair but once a week.
Honestly, if I had all the money in the world, I would literally pay someone to do my hair and makeup
every day. I would too.
Me too. That's
and I hate getting ready.
Clean my
and
house.
put clean sheets on my bed every day.
We just need built-in nanny.
I know, right?
No, I really have enjoyed it, so we'll see.
But it's the small things like that you don't realize how much time it actually takes out of your day that you're like, okay, I could be doing something else. Mm-hmm. But here I am putting, sheets on your bed probably takes 10 minutes, but still.
I know.
Yes, absolutely. It was just like the other day. I got my nails done the other day, and I'm like, this is taking forever. I'm like,
I can't do nails and pedicure at the same
I
time.
love getting my nails and toes done, but now with my son, I'm like, okay, they need to hurry up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
I know you're always in a hurry. But
I know
it's hard to like just sit back and be like, okay.
I feel like that's part of the problem though in today's world is everybody's always in a hurry. Like
Yes.
nobody now can just be like, okay, it's an hour and a half. Like I can wait for them
And it's
for
always
an hour and a
the
half.
next best thing.
Yes.
What is the next best thing?
Yep.
Which is, for your business, it's a good thing, but also you need to enjoy the now.
Yeah.
And enjoy where you are in life. I think that was like my biggest thing is being present where I am in my life right now, especially since Hudson's growing up so fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, it literally goes by so fast. Like that 6 months, I feel like I blinked and we're here. And so when people say it's goes by in a blink
You
of an
don't-
eye, it really
People say that,
does.
but you don't
You don't understand
understand
unless
it till you're in it. And that's what I keep
Absolutely.
saying. I'm like, I have a 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he'll be 2 this year. Like, what? Where did those 2
Crazy.
years go?
I feel like you just had him.
me
And I feel like
too.
you just had Hudson. I
Me
mean,
too,
I saw you in where we're Office Depot, and then the
Oh
next
my
day you were in
gosh,
labor.
That's right. Do you remember that guy that checked us out?
Yes, he was a little different.
Yeah.
But because I saw you, and then the next day I saw Lauren, and Lauren's like, Chloe's in labor. I was like, I just saw her
I know. I
yesterday.
was planning out my birth plan
Stop.
because I had this whole elaborate plan
Did it go-
for a non-medicated birth.
Oh, you did?
Mhm. You didn't know that?
No.
Yep. So I was trying to do it non-medicated.
Oh,
No
gosh.
epidural.
Girl.
Well, we talked about this in
talked
one of
about
our
this,
episodes.
Yes. So,
Did you end up doing an epidural?
No, but that's okay. But listen, I of course I had this whole elaborate plan, and I would say if you're not going to have the epidural, it's hard to not have an epidural in the hospital. It's definitely, you can do it, but you're strapped to all the things to your belly. Like, I mean, I had to have like a bunch of IVs in me and antibiotics because I had, they suspected I had choreo because I had a really high fever. So that was something else that was really weird. But I got the epidural and then 20 minutes after he was here.
So it didn't kick in.
So,
Or it did.
Yeah.
no, it kicked in, but
Did you feel everything?
I didn't feel anything.
Oh, okay.
But and I also didn't get checked before I had it, before I got the epidural. And I wish I got checked to see how long I was or how much I was dilated, but I didn't. And I don't know why. I think in the moment I was like, Luke, I need this epidural now.
Yeah.
And I remembered in the birth class, now I remember like, they say when you ask for the epidural, that means you're almost there. So, because it's all a mental game.
Yeah.
And, I tried to take a bunch of classes, to get me there and everything. But, I mean, it was hard. But, I mean, I labored for 14 and a half hours.
Oh, wow.
How many hours? I can't remember. Maybe almost 20 hours.
Yeah.
Without the epidural. Because once they started that Pitocin and that kicked
Yeah.
in, I was like, woo!
Yeah.
This is no joke.
Yes. Yeah.
It's no joke. But yeah, my doctor, she came in, she was like, well, I have bad news. I'm not going to be able to deliver your baby because I have to go. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
She's like, but I'm going to see how far you're dilated. And I had just gotten the epidural like 20 minutes before this. And she was like, do you want a little push for me? She's like, oh my gosh, you're fully dilated. Like, we're about to have this baby right now.
So did
And-
she end up
And
delivering?
she was actually going to break my water, and she ended up not. It literally broke when he was coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you never told me your.
No, I know.
Birth
So always get checked before
The
the epidural
Really?
because I didn't.
Do you think with your next one you'll try to do it without it, or will you just get it again?
It's such a different experience. Like of course, like when I had the epidural, I was able to relax a little bit more,
Yeah.
and the pushing part was like the scariest part.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. But so that part was nice that I wasn't able to feel anything.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you want us to bring the mirror in? I was
you?
like, yes.
I did too.
Really?
I didn't think I would be able
Nope.
to because I don't do well with stuff like that.
No.
But I was like, sure, bring it in. And
Yes.
I guess
it
your
was fine.
adrenaline is
Your
just
adrenaline,
going.
You have this labor high.
I was like, this is really cool.
Yes. And she's like, do you want to touch his head? I was like, sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, Luke did really, really well. I was surprised.
Oh, good.
And so, yeah, and then I had him, and it really is the best feeling in the world.
It
Like,
is. It's
when your child is in your
crazy.
arms, you're like, wow, like
Yeah.
creation is just beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to pass out because I don't when you say white coat syndrome, my picture is in the dictionary.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
We'll be going.
Yes.
I can't wait for you to experience it because it's such a special.
It is. It's so special. And
there's
like,
nothing like it.
Yes. And like your oxytocin is so high after you have the baby.
Yeah.
And they say actually childbirth is similar to like a high on cocaine because like that high is like the oxytocin is so high that you're so happy.
Interesting.
Really? Oh,
I've never heard of that.
Before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was part of the pain-free birthing class that I took.
I didn't take any birthing classes, so I didn't really know what to expect. No.
Well, you did great.
Well, you did great.
Thankfully we did. But
Where did you have Hudson?
So we went to Centennial, and they were great. They were awesome. If you're in the Nashville area, Centennial is awesome. So, and that's like the only place that took my insurance because I have a weird insurance.
Oh,
I'm on my dad's insurance until I'm 26.
how old are you?
Wait, I
such
thought
a baby.
Wait, I thought once you got married, you couldn't be.
No. Well, I'm still on my dad's.
Yeah, I think you can until
Really?
Yeah, until you're
26. Yeah.
Well, I knew it was till you're 26, but
But
I thought if you got
married-
married, you couldn't be on it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I never thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I would have been like, okay, Daddy, here's all my medical bills. I'm still on your insurance.
I know.
How old are you?
So I'll be 23 next week.
Wait, what?
Gosh.
I thought you were old.
I feel like you should be like 26 now.
No, yeah.
I could have sworn you were my age.
I know. I am like a really young mom.
You are.
And see, that's the thing too, is like there's not other young moms. And I think too, that's where like, for me, it's a little bit like, because all my friends, they're not my age. They are in total separate areas of life. And it's like, oh, okay, like this is, this is a little lonely, but it's still rewarding, But yeah, I'm 23.
I could have sworn you were my age.
Are you serious?
I swore.
I guess you were. I mean, you were what, 18 when you were
I
working
was
for me?
17 years old.
Wow, you
Lauren.
make me feel old. I mean, I'm like almost 10 years older than you.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
I did not realize that. I'm mind blown right now. Like, I have no words.
I am
Yes,
too.
I'm
And
a baby, I feel like.
I knew you were a baby. I guess I just forgot. I don't know. That is crazy.
I feel like y'all are my age, though.
I know. I still feel like I'm young.
Because y'all are...
I don't. I feel old as crap.
You're not old.
I
Wait
feel
until
it.
you have kids and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
my
right.
back.
Yeah. Your body definitely feels it for sure.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, man. I'll probably be chasing around kids, honestly.
How many more kids do you want?
Say how many?
Well, at the most 4,
Okay.
but at least 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted a big family, and I asked Luke like this serious question the other day. I was like, Luke, I have a serious question. I bet he was probably like, what is she about to ask me? I'm like, how many kids do you want? He was like, I don't know, whatever the Lord blesses us with.
Aw.
But I don't know. I've always just wanted a big family, and I mean, I know kids are expensive, but
They are, that's for sure.
But yeah, honestly, just raising my family. I'd love to also still be an esthetician. That's a really great outlet for me. Still doing bridal makeup.
Yeah.
Maybe working at Bates Boutique.
Oh,
Okay. Have you ever wanted to open up like your own
My own
salon? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when I was in esthetician school, I'd always wanted like my own thing. I think now that like I see like
The behind the scenes of it. Yeah.
scenes of
What
it,
all goes
and
into
like
it.
yeah, all that goes into it. Not even really that, but like now that I have a family of my own, I feel like that would be really hard. But I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
See what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
So I mean, you never know. But
I mean, I'm sure it's nice to like be able to go in, get your work done, leave, not think about it.
right, absolutely, that is nice. But
Now, is there an overhead? Like, if even with you not having like your own little space, do you have an overhead?
as in
Like cost, like money wise? No.
I don't. So that's the nice part. I'm hourly. I'm W-2. So I go to work. I clock in. I obviously take care of my clients.
So you're not like a hairstylist where they come in and they pay $500 a month or whatever it
Exactly.
is.
I don't rent. So there's different avenues that you can take as an
Okay.
esthetician. So what I did is obviously I'm working for somebody else at a medical spa, but you could do your own thing. If you wanted to rent your own space, you can rent your own space and, get all your equipment, get all your products, and then take in your own clients. But that you would obviously have to pay for it, have a lot of overhead starting out, but I'm sure it'll pay off. Like, you got to start somewhere. Yeah. So that's another avenue you can take. You can work commission. You can do, you can be on commission. If you work at like a spa somewhere, you could be hourly.
So there's different ways. to do it.
Ways to do it. Absolutely. And there's so many things that you can do in this industry as a licensed esthetician. You could be like a skincare rep for a medical grade line. You could, if you wanted to be really behind the scenes in the things, you could formulate your own products with the companies, help formulate products if you're into like the chemistry side. You could do, obviously facials and all the things.
Now, in the state of Tennessee, though, to be able to do Botox, you have to be an RN, right?
That is something totally different. Okay. You actually have to be a nurse, essentially, and, be a nurse practitioner to be able to do Botox and all the things, or LPN or
right.
Okay. Yeah, so that's something totally different, and that there's a lot of confusion with that because people are like, "I need to come to you for Botox." I'm like, "No, you don't want me to stick that needle in you." You're like, "I don't do that. No, I'll do microneedling. That's a different type of needle, but you don't want me to do all the other things." It takes a lot more schooling, obviously, because it's more.
Yeah. You're playing with people's muscles at that point and freezing them and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. So
interesting. Mm-hmm. What are your top products? Like if you were only able to have 3 products to use for the rest of your life, what would those be? Yeah.
Okay. Oof. I don't know. See, that's something that question. I love to do, on my own time is I have stayed super consistent with my skincare regimen, even as a mom too, as hard as it is to make time for yourself to do things for you. I've always stayed consistent with my skincare regimen. And the 3 products I would say is definitely retinol. I've kind of stopped retinol just because obviously pregnancy and nursing, there's some contraindications with that. Some people will say it's fine while you're nursing, but I'm just still kind of skeptical. But I would say retinol, I would say a good cleanser, and then I would also say some type of serum. For me, it would be like a salicylic serum, like complexion clearing serum is my go-to. So, but those would be the 3 products. Okay. Yeah.
You're talking French to me.
I know, right?
I'm like, what did you just say?
A serum, a cleanser, and then a retinol.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Say somebody doesn't have the funds to go and get medical grade.
Right.
Facial information and things like that. What would you say, okay, over the counter, this is what I would recommend for just a cleanser for somebody to go and get?
Well, Cetaphil, that one cleanses the skin fine. It's gentle. It's gentle on the skin. If you could go to a dermatologist, I'm sure they would probably recommend tretinoin for you. If you want some type of anti-aging cream, or you could even use that for acne. I would say you tretinoin. You can get that through insurance usually. And then cleanser, I love La Roche-Posay. That one's a really great, just basic cleanser that you can get at Ulta. But Face Reality was the line that I got on when I had really bad acne. That one's still, it's a professional grade line, but it's very reasonable. Compared to the products that we sell at our med spa, those products, I got a full regimen for $115.
Okay. So that's everything you would need.
That's everything that I would need.
Okay.
That would last me.
That's honestly not horrible, because if you go to Walmart and even buy Cetaphil, you're spending $30 on your facial cleanser and a moisturizer.
Exactly. So, and it transformed my skin. So there's definitely, but quality is, obviously you're gonna
pay for
what you get. Mm-hmm. So if you come to me and you don't want the result, or if you want a result, it does sometimes take a price, and are you willing to pay that? No? Okay, well then do you not want the results?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That part is hard.
It
But
is
and
hard.
I've always wished, like, I was literally sitting at lunch the other day with my mom and my sister. I was like, I wish I could start some type of nonprofit where I could just help these people, with their skin concerns and not have them to pay this price. That's the hard part is I want to help these people and I just want to give them all these medical grade products, but it's so expensive. It is expensive and it's hard, but
it's an investment. But like you said earlier, I mean, sometimes you have to take that time and that money and spend it on yourself.
Right, exactly. Right. And it's an investment. Absolutely.
Well, to close this out, tell us one thing advice-wise that you would give anybody out there who's either interested in esthetician or how to take care of their skin properly or anything like that.
So I would say, number one, double cleanse at night. The first cleanse is going to remove the dirt and oil debris on your skin. And then the second cleanse actually cleanses properly and helps with your products to penetrate properly. But that's kind of a fun little tip. But I would say just be true to you and don't compare yourself to other estheticians. Because when you start comparing yourself, that's when you start going, you start going through this rabbit hole and you don't stay true to who you are. And so don't compare yourself, just be you. And then, I love the quote. My mom always said this to me. Everyone has an invisible sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. And that's really all that I want to do is to help others and help people, make people feel important about themselves. And I would say just make people feel important and feel loved and feel beautiful, because that's what life is all about is, empowering others, lifting other people up and being kind. So,
I love it.
Well,
thanks for being on the podcast.
I can't believe it's already been an hour.
How's it really?
It's been close. It goes fast.
Especially when you're just like sitting here talking.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun though.
Crazy. It is fun. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Well, of course.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Pretty Please. We loved having Chloe on the podcast. If you all have any questions for her, leave them in the comments below. We will get them to her and she can help us answer those. Or if you are interested in going to see Chloe, we will put her information at the end of this video.
Yay.
But that is the end of this episode. And always remember, be kind to one another. Bye, guys.